Homelessness in America. To put this into perspective, the Department of Housing and Urban Development counted around 582,000 Americans were experiencing homelessness in 2022. And that's about 18 per 10,000 people in the United States. And that number's up by 2,000 people from 2020. Without any kind of intervention, this problem is just going to continue. The time to act is now to make a better future for everybody. There's an article by Christopher Brooks that states that the number is actually increasing by about 6% every year since 2017. So who is affected by homelessness? Society as a whole is affected. It creates multiple different problems inside our communities. There's a lack of empathy from one side and a fear of being judged by the other side, and this leads to a complete breakdown in communication, and then that in turn drives a wall between both sides. So it becomes a us versus them problem rather instead of we against poverty problem. So it creates these social barriers. And another problem that arises from it is that it can compromise public security. Most people that are experiencing homelessness, they don't really have the means to get what they need. They're living in absolute poverty, and so many of the homeless struggle with mental health issues, and this arises from possibly a traumatic upbringing. And unbeknownst to them, because of these issues, they can actually convey these and treat people the way that they were treated. It's time to break the cycle and find a better solution, and instead of just ignoring it. So a solution to the problem would be rapid rehousing, which is just to help individuals and families get off the street as soon as possible. The sooner that you can get off the streets and get into a house, the better you are for it. You get out of the traumatic experience that comes from homelessness. So benefits of this solution is it's actually a lower cost compared to other housing interventions. Just to throw some numbers out there, the cost for an average stay for a family in each different type of program, it was around $6,500 for rapid rehousing, and that's compared to like $16,800 for an emergency shelter, or $18,800 for a permanent subsidy, and $32,500 for traditional housing. So it is a much lower cost. And there's actually, with these kind of programs, there's a modest increase in measures of family self-sufficiency for households participating in an SSVF program, which is supportive services for veteran families. The median monthly income actually increased from $251 a month at the program entry to $450 at exit. And then, one of the benefits, the greatest benefit of these kind of programs is participants were much less likely to return to homelessness. Just to put that into perspective, out of 28 evaluations of supportive housing programs that are using a housing first approach, it showed that 75 to 85% for single adults and between 80 and 90% for families actually didn't go back to being homeless. Now, there's no immediate solution to the problem, but we definitely need to take the steps so we can ensure a brighter future. Ending homelessness isn't going to happen overnight, and it requires a collective effort of everyone from all members of society. Thank you.